as the iPod Touch. Same concept, same thing. Pressing the iPad app or iPod Touch app of SparkView. I'm going to go into, since I have a sensor here to collect temperature, I'm using a multi-measurement sensor, water quality sensor that's plugged in to the AirLink 2, which is connected via Bluetooth to my iPad. I'm going to go ahead and press the temperature experiment. I'm going to rub my hands so to create some type of heat so you can see some change. And I'm going to record the temperature of my hand. So as I press on the temperature sensor, you can see that the temperature is increasing. This will be great to use for the 10th Island project because the students are going to be able to take these iPod Touches out into the field to do investigations. Also, they are able to use the sensors that we have to collect the data. When they're done collecting the data, all they have to do is hit stop. They can take a screenshot of this, and then they could either email it to themselves, email it to the teacher, or they can either take the picture and make a creative document, i.e. a written report.
Okay, now Jason, I have a few questions for you. I know you took a screenshot. Could you tell our audience how the two buttons you actually press to take that screenshot so they get an idea that this is really easy to do?
Right. It's not hard. It's there's a function button down here that you can turn off and on, and then there is the on-off button. It turns off your iPad, not off completely, but kind of closes the screen. If you take those and press them simultaneously, they take a screenshot and it'll look like a flash that just went off on a camera.
Now, my second question to you is, I would like for you to pick up the AirLink, and I'm going to take a nice close-up picture of that AirLink so we can actually see, you know, the three functions that are actually on the AirLink.
Okay.
And it appears to be made out of real durable plastic.
It's very durable. These sensors are made out of plastic. They survived my classroom when I was teaching, which if they did that, they can survive anything. We test them at Pasco, even running over them with cars, things like that. So these are very durable and they last a long time. These are digital links, meaning that they give you a better data read, and you can do multiple things with them versus an analog sensor.
Now, I notice you have three buttons depicting your three functions. Could you talk a little bit about those three buttons?
These are the three functions of the button. These three buttons here also give what type of water that you're going to be measuring. Since this is a water quality sensor, these buttons here, this is like for if you have a glass of water. This is if you're doing it in a Erlenmeyer flask, and this is actually going out into the ocean and taking data samples like that.
Now, in terms of our Cabo Verde 10th Island project, we are dealing with salt water and fresh water, so we'll go back and forth. Is there anything that we should be aware of in terms of keeping this equipment clean and ready to go for the next project?
It's very easy to keep clean. I would just say that make sure that you would, when you're finished going from salt water to fresh water, that you do clean your probes, the ends of the probes, because you do not want to contaminate your specimens or your types of collections that you have taken.
Okay, now before we go off the air, if you could tell our audience one more time, what was your background in education? Because we understand you've got a little chemistry back there, and what is your scientific training?
My background is I have a bachelor's of science in cell and molecular biology and a master's in biochemistry. And I've taught grades K through 12, most recently 9 through 12, biotechnology, AP biology, chemistry, and then I also started a camp in Texas for African American and Latino females in chemistry.
Okay, and I understand that you're going to be one of the consultants on the 10th Island project Who else will you be working with as you start to gather the master plan for the science experiments?
I will be working with Corey Champ, who is my colleague. He works with Pasco Scientific. He is an environmental scientist.
Okay, very good. This is Bob Barboza signing off from Kids Talk Radio.